everybody. Welcome back. I was just trying to explain, when the camera came back, I was just trying to explain, if you were a fly and you were sitting on top of a jackhammer while somebody was using it, it would look like this. So now you know. My first guest tonight is in a new documentary. He's in a documentary as well. It's called Expelled. Take a look at this clip.
I'm finally just beginning to grasp the complexity of the cell. Are there systems within the cell that go well beyond Darwinian evolution? Some type of cellular technology that drives adaptation, replication, quality control, and repair? What if these new mechanisms have massive design implications? Well, I say, so be it.
Please welcome Ben Stein, everybody. Ben Stein. Welcome, Ben. Lovely to see you.
Well, that you figured out the point of our movie right away.
Yeah. You made a documentary for stoners, basically.
Well, it is probably best to watch while high.
Well, what's the documentary about?
It's about the fact that people think that Darwinism explains everything, and we want to say that Darwinism doesn't explain the laws of gravity. Darwinism doesn't explain the laws of thermodynamics. Darwinism doesn't explain why some joints are better than so many other joints. And exactly. Darwinism doesn't explain
Darwinism. You don't like Darwinism, then? Or
well,
you do,
we like it, but just doesn't. We love it, but it doesn't explain everything.
Right.
And we don't want people to be fired if they say that the planets stay in their orbits, maybe by something other than Darwinism. And we don't think Darwin explained how the planets stay in their orbits.
Now, to be fair, I don't think Darwin claimed to know
I
that.
know that. That's exactly right. Darwin was an incredibly modest, down-to-earth, unassuming guy.
Right.
Very, very modest, brilliant
guy.
Very like you. He's from the British Isles.
That's true.
And from a very wealthy family, I believe, like you.
Like me, yes, of course.
But he didn't claim it explained too much, but his followers claim it explains everything, including astronomy, and we say that's very hard to prove, and we would like you to watch our movie, light up your favorite bong, and and see if perhaps we can change your mind.
Yeah, well, all right. Keep an open mind, I think.
Keep an open mind.
Keep an open mind is always a good idea.
On their tongue, whatever you feel like.
No. Ben, please don't. No, because a lot of the kids in America, they want to be like you, Ben. Okay, and if they hear you advocating this kind of stuff.
I'm not advocating at all. I just want you to watch it with an open mind and open the doors of perception of your mind.
All right, yeah, very nice. So you're not a fan of Darwinism?
We are a fan. We're huge fans of Darwin explaining how certain birds got longer beaks than others, or have different wildly colored tails.
Is this a sort of like pro God thing? Is it? Because Darwin didn't say there wasn't a God or anything like that.
Actually, towards the end of his life, he sort of did.
Did he really?
Yeah, sort of towards the end of his life.
Darwin!
But he also said...
Darwin would actually be a great name for a sitcom. Like, there'd be a character called Darwin, and at the end of every episode, someone could go, "Oh, Darwin," and then somebody could go, "Darwin is taped in front of a studio audience." It'd be awesome.
I'm ready to be in it.
You could be Darwin.
I'll play the anti-Darwin. We just want to say, don't fire people if they say the planets stay in their orbits because of something other than Darwinism.
What about sexual harassment? Can you fire them for that?
Yes, you can fire them for that. But You won't be fired. You won't be fired for it. By the way, Barbra Streisand. I think that story about Barbra Streisand is true.
Is it really?
I've heard that also. I mean, I'm just saying I've heard it, that she doesn't allow any of the people who work for her to look her in the eye.
I don't know if it. I mean, you hear a lot of these things about celebrities, Ben. I've heard stories about you.
I lived near Barbra Streisand out in Malibu, and I've heard lots of stories. And I'll tell you this, which I've told you before.
Have you been playing the piano a lot recently?
Yes. I'll tell you this, which is, people always say to me, what's it like to live out in Malibu near the real stars, like Nick Nolte, I live near him. And Barbara, I live near him. Martin Sheen, I live near him. And I say, the real stars are not in Malibu. The real stars, as you know, because you were just there and you're now a U.S. citizen, the real stars are in Iraq, putting on battle dress uniform, under body armor in 130-degree heat, in Fallujah and Ramadi and Kirkuk and Baghdad, and people are shooting at them and they don't have anywhere to go.
Absolutely.
They're the real stars.
Absolutely. Well said, sir.
You don't need to plug that.
I know. No, I'm going to plug it. You brought it. I'm going to plug it. Look, I either plug it or read it, so I'm going to plug it. What's what is this? A new financial book?
It's a book for people who are serious about making money, and I don't think anyone watching this show is serious about making money. So,
you know, I think it's only fair to agree with you on this particular case.
I think it's true.
You know what I like about this book already?
There's
lots of pie charts in it.
Yeah, you don't need to read. You don't need to read. All you need to know is don't be scared by all the talk about how bad things are going to get. This country is not going down the tubes. There's not going to be another Great Depression. There never will be in the lifetimes of anybody who's, say, your age and now living. It's never going to happen again.
So it'll happen after that?
No, it's not going to. It might happen, but that's never going to happen again.
Because if it happens after that, I'm good. It's all right.
Well, you know what Ronald Reagan said when they asked Ronald Reagan, won't your tax cuts put a big burden on posterity? He said, well, what has posterity ever done for me?
Well, then it only seems fair.
Yeah, it's exactly.
It only seems fair.
Don't worry about it. There's not going to be a Great Depression. There might be a recession. There's not going to be a Great Depression.
May I ask you, you are very connected in Washington. You know I'm going down there for the White House course.
I know. I'm very, very proud of you.
Have you ever done that?
I hosted the White House, the Congressional Correspondents' Dinner, which is like 1 or 2 grades below that. It was a challenging experience because I was one of the only conservatives they'd ever had before them. The conservatives in the audience were very, very enthusiastic. The liberals were not enthusiastic. But you're non-political, and I think they'll like you better.
I don't know if I know.
They'll love you. They'll love you. They will truly love you. They will really love you.
Well, I'm looking forward to it in a way because, you know, it's a lot of very powerful alcoholics, and it makes me...
You cannot. I've been to those dinners. You cannot imagine. The drinking in Hollywood is trivial compared to the drinking in Washington.
I've got to be honest with you. I'm from Scotland. Flat out, the drinking in Hollywood has always been trivial. It just does.
I met a guy who was in the army, stationed actually in a base near Scotland, and he said the first advice for you on going to Scotland is don't try to compete with the Scots.
Just don't even.
Don't even get there. They can drink any American under the table anytime. Yeah.
And look where it got us.
Yes, exactly. Scotland has the most geniuses per capita of any country in the world. It is considered by many people to be the most intelligent race of people in the world.